So everyone has been asking how the Chinese mechanics got into Jamaica. Well, here are the facts. Did you know that in 2015, Jamaica signed away the Kingston free port, our main port, our lifeline, to China, who has full control for 30 years? Now they control what comes in and they control what goes out. That's why the Chinese mechanics and other companies move the way they want. No one to answer to. No real checks. No oversight. They run the port, they hold the gate. Why do you think it's after the fact Pika stepped in? Because they don't even know what's going on. But somebody know. Because when it comes to these little things, don't think you can think on the same level you were programmed to think on. You have to change your frequency sometimes. And we're standing on the outside of our own house. We can't even act like we never know. Listen, we will never get out of slavery. Because a nation that can't even control its own port is a nation already conquered, just without the chains.
Hello guys, how are you? I'm hoping that you're doing well wherever you're watching me from. And I'm your presenter Shadrach, and I want us to dig deep into this story where this man is so hungry for Chinese coming to set a mechanic shop in Jamaica. And what does this mean to Jamaicans who are mechanics? What does it mean to Jamaicans who have been in this industry, who have been supporting their families through this industry? I want us to dive in and watch the video, and later on I'm going to be reacting on it. Please don't leave early. May you make sure that you stay up to the very end so that you can hear from my perspective, and also I get to learn from you. Make sure that you share your comment in the comment section, and don't leave without subscribing. Support this channel by simply subscribing. Give us a like, share our content. We are going to greatly appreciate. Let's rock in now that you've done so.
So everyone has been asking how the Chinese mechanics got into Jamaica. Well, here are the facts. Did you know that in 2015, Jamaica signed away the Kingston free port, our main port, our lifeline, to China, who has full control for 30 years? Now they control what comes in and they control what goes out. That's why the Chinese mechanics and other companies move the way they want. No one to answer to. No real checks. No oversight. They run the port, they hold the gate. Why do you think it's after the fact Pika stepped in? Because they don't even know what's going on. But somebody know. Because when it comes to these little things, don't think you can think on the same level you were programmed to think on. You have to change your frequency sometimes. And we're standing on the outside of our own house. We can't even act like we never know. Listen, we will never get out of slavery. Because a nation that can't even control its own port is a nation already conquered, just without the chains.
People, listen to me. You see, these Chinese people, be careful when you go in there to buy your stuff. Look at the price carefully. 2 weeks ago, this is what happened to me. I went into Angway, that big mall in Portmore that is beautiful. And this is why I said all that glitters are not gold. So I went into 7-Eleven because we were going to beach on the Saturday, and my son need a slippers to wear on the sun, right? So we went in there, and I saw the slippers for $16.50. No problem to pay that. However, a lot of them were on the stand with a big sale sign. Because it's paper like this, it's pink, and this big sale was written in black. Fine, I don't have a problem with that either. So I gave my son the $1,000 to go and pay for it. When he walked up to the cashier, he said it needs more money. So I went to look and see, is it $16.50 is the original, and the sale price is for $8.50, because that's what I see on the sale. Big sale is $8.50. Now I went to the cashier, which is a Chinese man, and I said, I don't have a problem to pay the $16.50, but I've seen where you have the big sale $8.50 on these slippers. So I am figuring that the original price was $16.50 and you drop it to $8.50. Even though I pay, he said, all right, give me 1,500. When I paid the 1,500, he said, let me call to double check. No, I still don't have a problem. So he called one of the Chinese girl in 7-Eleven in Angway in Portmore, I'm talking about. So he called one of the young miss, which is a Chinese woman, and the Chinese lady came. No, 1650, and shoved the slippers into my face. Said, I don't. If I can read and if I can see that it's 1650. And you know, I think of my sanity and I think of my kids that are there, that I will not behave boisterous. So I went back to the aisle where the slippers was. And can I tell you, people, it's a lucky thing other customer were there. Even our own workers were standing there. When I went into that aisle, the lady, which is a Chinese woman, rip off the sale sign, rip it off, and said it was not there, no sale sign. And as the customer them said, no, you just came and rip it off. A lady took up two of the slippers and said, I'm going to put it back because it was $8.50, big sale, $8.50 on it. So what they did, they put the $8.50 side for you to take it up, and when you go to the cashier, it is not $8.50. And she went running and rip it off and push it up in my face. Say, I can't. And let me tell you, every one of the customer them out of inside there walked out of 7-Eleven that Saturday afternoon. Well, morning rather. And they're a cuss and cuss and cuss. I asked for a refund. The security gonna tell me that I cannot get a refund. I said, sir, you're crazy. Don't let me show the other side of me. And the cashier, which is a Chinaman, he did not hesitate. All them there cuss and a carry on. I got back my 1,500. Let me tell you, them Chinese people, I said, I don't eat from Chinese. Because they will give you rice and it's not rice, it's plastic. They will give you chicken and says chicken is not chicken, it's frog. Because the price said 1650, yes. But anybody would think that the original price is 1650, but the sale is 850. And when you go to the cashier, they want to make it look like so we are idiots. We don't know how to read and write. Which China can come to Jamaica come tell me so how to read and write? Which China can come to Jamaica come go and like so they want to walk on me? Let me tell you, no people, don't make them catch you. Because if we don't buy from them, they would have to pack up and go back to their country. These Chinese people, them come here for rob, steal, and kill. Angway 7-Eleven in Portmore. And guess what? I am not the only one who's complaining about them. And then just come, just bill. Just coming up. People want to walk in 7-Eleven, be careful, I want to buy. Even a ear product, it is not genuine. Be careful. I am warning you because guess what? It happened to me, so I'm sending it out there. 7-Eleven, Angway, Portmore Mall, where everybody are crazy about in Greater Portmore. The mall is beautiful. No doubt about it. But the store that I have the experience with, 7-Eleven, listen to people, careful when I spend no money. We work hard for it. Don't make the Chinese them come here, come trick us.
I don't like the way in which the Jamaican government has allowed the Chinese to come in and take over. I believe they own the major port there. I believe that the Jamaican government has given them lands in exchange for services. I believe they built at least one hospital there, a couple of schools. They had constructed a north-south highway or northwest highway that connects one part of the island to the other, so you don't have to drive all the way around to get there, which was necessary. But from what I read, in exchange for them building the highway, the Jamaican government has allowed them to keep, I believe, nearly all of the toll fees on that highway for a certain amount of years. We're giving up too much to get too little. And what bothers me the most about Jamaica, they are the most Pan-Africanist and the most unapologetic of the Caribbean islands. And so if China can take Jamaica, taking the rest of the Caribbean won't be that difficult.
Breeze.
No found a mechanic at Jamaica, no soon contact where people them sell out and not work. Or no fi suffer and dead for hungry. Somehow the mechanic will suffer and dead for hungry. Uno too wicked to no own people them out here. A long time people are feeling hands on uno. Uno switch out them parts and put all parts on them car. Them leave them car for fix. The car that a mobile, a watchy, a drive up and down. Uno take out the people in gas. Uno change and tire. Uno do all manner of evil to them. The people them tired of uno. The people them tired of uno. Some of uno fi suffer and dead for hungry. Uno lend all uno friend and the people in car. Then go crash it. Right here after light post. Then go do illegal activity with the people in car. And some of uno mechanic I put on track up on the people in car and come feel like a phone one. Uno are wicked. Uno fi suffer and dead. The next set of people one ever suffer too. I carpenter them. The furniture man them. Uno next. Uno teeth in blood clot.
Welcome back again. Now the video of the Jamaican man expressing frustration over the opening of a Chinese mechanic shop in Jamaica is layered with both emotion and social economic implications, because his anger isn't simply about one shop. It's about the perceived trajectory of Jamaica's economy and how foreign businesses' dominance could shape it in the years that are ahead. At the heart of his concern is a fear of economic displacement. Local mechanics who for decades have built their trade through word of mouth and community trust may find themselves squeezed out by foreign-owned businesses with more capital, better supply chains, and in some cases, government-favored incentives. So he seems to be voicing a broader anxiety that many Jamaicans feel, that foreign investors, particularly from China, in recent years are not just participating in the economy, but slowly controlling the levers of it. This sentiment is not new. It has echoes in the many post-colonial societies where the promise of investments often comes with long-term dependency. And part of the frustration comes from a history of foreign businesses benefiting disproportionately compared to locals. While foreign investments can bring jobs, it often repatriates profit abroad. That means that Jamaicans' wealth, instead of it being multiplied just within the communities, could steadily go out of other countries and benefit people from that countries. And this mechanic shop controversy, on the surface, I can say it may seem small, but in the man's mind and in the minds of many, it is a symbol of a wider trend. Foreigners taking control of a key industry from retail to agriculture to infrastructure. And once the pattern is set, it becomes hard to reverse it back. So there is also the cultural layer. A mechanic shop isn't just business, it's a community hub for advice, repairs, and trust. So the fear is that when these are replaced by foreign-owned operations, cultural bonds weaken and local traditions in service and craftsmanship could fade away. So this Chinese presence in Jamaica, in Jamaica's economy has been growing for decades. For construction to wholesome markets. For some, this represents opportunity and modernization. For others, it represents a slow erosion of Jamaican economic independence. The man in the video clearly falls into the latter clump, and the fact that his upset suggests a lack of confidence in Jamaica's economic policies to safeguard local businesses. I believe that government should have come in and considered this before giving that shop a green light to start. And if the government had strong protective measures for small and medium enterprises, perhaps maybe his reaction will be as intense instead. He likely feels that the doors are too wide open for foreign competition without enough support for the local men who are working in that industry. And the concern here is unique to Jamaica. And I believe it's not unique even in Africa. It is there in Africa, the Caribbean. It is there in the parts of Latin America. The rapid influx of Chinese investments, I would say it has been met with both gratitude and suspicion. Gratitude for the jobs and infrastructure, but suspicion about the long-term control of markets and natural resources. So what makes this video so powerful is that the man is not speaking like economist or a politician. He's speaking as a working class Jamaican who senses a storm on the horizon. And his tone says, if we don't stand for our very own now, we might wake up one day to find we don't own anything at all. So it's also worth noting that he may be reacting to a cumulative effect, but he's probably seen local shops closed down, small markets replaced by these large foreign-owned supermarkets, and also local contractors sidelined by big foreign construction firms. The mechanic shop is just the latest straw. These things have been happening, and I believe he has seen them happening, and he's also feeling that warmth of it happening even at this coming time. So his anger also raises the question of economic priorities. Jamaican government should focus on empowering the local entrepreneurship and not the foreign entrepreneurship. So there's a deeper tension here because of globalization, and the shop's arrival is part of the global economy where goods, services, and investors move across borders. But for Jamaican man in the video, globalization often feels like one-way street where the benefits go outward, not inward. So the risk here, as he sees it, is that in the future, Jamaica could have modern infrastructure, shiny new businesses, and also thriving commercial areas, yet most of it will be owned by outsiders. Here, ownership matters most because it determines who sets prices, who makes hiring decisions, who benefits when profits come in. So guys, I would say the man's reaction also points the emotional side of economics. People don't just care about GDP or job numbers. They care about identity. They also care about dignity. They also care about sovereignty. This is a foreign country. A foreign-owned mechanic shop might be efficient and well-stocked, but if it represents this a displacement of local livelihoods, it won't be welcomed by with open arms by these natives. And so I believe that the government should consider that too. I believe Jamaicans should be watchful and call out their government so that it can support them in implementing the policies that they want in terms of foreign countries coming to set shops in their country so that the citizens may also be protected. I've been your presenter Shadrach, and if this is your first time in this platform, please don't leave without supporting us by simply subscribing. Give us a like, share our content. We are going to greatly appreciate, man. Don't leave. We insist, don't leave without subscribing. Just give us a subscription, man. It's very simple. You tap that subscription button and you would have supported us. Thank you, and I'm hoping to see you in the next video. Goodbye.